The reason I picked up this piece for the concert was because I think this orchestra, since it's expanding rapidly, that this is a good time to get the repertoire into those period of time when the composers were starting to expand the orchestra, and Beethoven was particularly one of those composers. And Beethoven, I think, was extremely intellectual in how he used the orchestra, especially the instruments. He made every instrument had their own character and their own sort of personality, and this is how Beethoven's music really comes through to the audience. This is one of the pieces that I think will really enhance this orchestra, because I think this orchestra is on a path to really becoming a very successful professional training orchestra. You know, people ask me, what would you love to do, you know, say 10 years down the road or something? And I said, of course, I really love to have my own orchestra in certain parts of the world. Like, you know, for example, I would love to have an orchestra in Asia, which I'm absolutely commanding. I would love to have an orchestra in Europe and an orchestra in the Americas. The reason I say that is because I always find each culture so fascinating. And this is the wonderful thing about music, is when you do Beethoven in one particular country, it's not going to be the same in another country, because everybody has a different approach to it. And I find this is what makes music so wonderful, is that everybody has different approach in music. For example, I told you once that I went to Brazil, and I found these people lack technique. But what they had that made up for the lack of technique was the spirit of the people. And the spirit of themselves was so tremendous that I have not met anyone in the world yet that come together in an orchestra and really performs it like it's almost the last day of their lives. And so, you know, everywhere you go, you meet new people, new cultures, you learn. And I think that's the wonderful thing. You never stop learning in music. And so, of course, I would love to have one day my own orchestra in 3 continents, and also to, you know, like I said, you know, maybe 20, 30, 40 years down the road, eventually, to conduct my dream orchestra, the Berlin Philharmonic. The Berlin Philharmonic is actually an orchestra that has a long tradition. They've had a number of what we call world-class conductors come through, and this orchestra has a hall that is absolutely one of the best halls in the world, the Berlin Philharmonic Hall. And so what I find so unique about this orchestra is that the way these musicians work with each other, and the way they react to each person, and the way they listen to each member, the way they know the score, they study and they really know what is going on in the orchestra in every single piece. Now, one thing about this orchestra is it's so unique how each one of them breathe. They breathe together, you know, and it's something that I have not seen in many orchestras. It's breathing together.
While they play?
While they play. And when they breathe together, they move together in unison, they breathe together. Everything becomes so fascinating, because it's like one person is making this music, but in reality, it's a whole orchestra. And so the Berlin Philharmonic, I think it's one of the top-notch orchestras today. And you know, every time I see them, it's just a huge sense of inspiration for me.